Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're just doing a easy braid ponytail. And the reason why I'm parting my hair in 4 sections is because I'm doing the middle part ponytail. And I just wanted to let y'all know I am on the phone with my mom, so that's why I'm talking on the video for a little bit. But nonetheless, so I'm parting my hair into 4 sections, and the reason why I'm doing this is because my hair is super short, so it's kind of like I have to do this in order for it to stay in place. So I'm going to split it into 4 sections and then basically into 3. And I'm using the Got2b Freeze Spray. I'm using edge control. You will need a rat tail comb and rapid strips if you have them, or just like a scarf to be able to tie everything down. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just splitting the back into like a smaller section, and I'm getting it ready for the freeze spray, and I'm just combing it like together in my hand, just as sleek as possible. And some people use like a brush, but I'm going to use a comb because with the comb, you don't really have like streak marks from the spray. And when you spray the Got2b glue, just know that it does freeze the hair in place. So be mindful with that. But if you do make a mistake and you need to kind of like go over something to make it more sleeker, you can spray a bottle. You can use like a water spray bottle to actually like, you can spray it on your hair and then you can go over the freeze spray. Okay, so now I'm just splitting it into another section. I did put the bottom section into a little rubber band just because it's so small. So once I get a big enough section, I will take the rubber band off because I don't really want like all these rubber bands in my hair. And I'm just spraying it with the spray. And I do have a towel on my lap, so when I spray my hands, I can just like wipe the spray off. But I'm just spraying everything with it. And then I take my blow dryer on like medium heat. And that's when this is what actually holds the hair and makes like a mold for the ponytail. And this is super easy. Don't think about it. Just figure out where you want your ponytail to be. Mine is lower. You could do a higher braid if you want to do it. But for my hair, it's kind of short. So it's just easier for me to do a lower ponytail. And just so you know, you don't have to actually have a silk press. I went ahead and just did a silk press because my hair is so thick. I could never do this without a silk press. And you can do this on like a week old, 2-week old silk press. Mine is just kind of fresh just because I only got my hair silked out to get a haircut, and I'm not going to wear my real hair. So I was like, let me just, do a cute little pony. And then so I'm molding the back as flat as possible. This is for me like the hardest part. Some people actually make it to where the middle part is the middle part, and then on the sides you can kind of see the part from the back. But I don't really know how to do that because I can't see the back of my head. But if you're doing somebody else's ponytail, the way you do this part on the side and sleek it down, you could do it to where you can still see the part at the top of your crown I just didn't do it because I mean, like, that's just too much for me to do by myself. I can't see. And so now I'm just sleeking the sides down. And I'm just taking the Got2b. And you just want to make sure you're just combing it down kind of straight and flat. And don't really too much worry about your edges, because I mean, it's really nothing. It's nothing you can't fix at the end. It's kind of hard to focus on the edges right now, and then you have to keep going back to sleek the ponytail down. But my sides are kind of short, so they don't exactly reach the actual ponytail. So I have to put a lot of freeze on this part. And like I said, on this part, it's very easy to kind of mess up on the mold, but you can just use a water bottle, not a water bottle, a spray bottle of water. You can use a spray bottle of water to help you kind of correct yourself. And if you get any kind of like white marks from the freeze spray, which I don't get this, but I don't know if it's because I use the spray bottle, but you can also go over it with oil sheen. Oil sheen will take away like any type of like white marks from the freeze spray, or just oil in general. So I am going to go ahead and just put the rubber band on for this part, because I needed to go ahead and like really mold. You see how it's kind of getting a little stuck right there? Like this is this is the part that's so annoying, because I have baby hairs, but like not really. My edges are so full, you can't really see my baby hairs. So I just decided to go ahead and just do the mold completely and then pull my baby hairs out later, because it's just easier that way to do. And my hair is so layered, so if your hair is not as layered as mine, this will be way easier to do. Short hair is just, you know, you have to do all these steps, and you have to, mold it down this way just because it's so short. You see how like the side doesn't even reach the ponytail? Like, it's a lot of work to do as far as the molding. But just take your time, don't try to rush through this, because it'll be messy. And like I said, the freezes the hair in place. So even as I'm doing this next part right here, I can't even move that bottom part. And then I just hold it in place, and you can either hold it with your hand, or you can actually use the end of the rat tail comb to hold the hair in place, but I'm just doing my hand right now. And you see how the other side is like not even molded for real? It's because I kind of have to get everything on the same level because of my hair length. Once it's on the same level, then I'll go back and actually put the whole thing in a ponytail, and then I'll actually complete the molding. So that's what I'm about to do now. I'm going to put everything in a ponytail, and then I'll go back and like fix the whole mold for the front. But I just wanted to go ahead and like basically prep the mold. Take my water. And see, like, I don't have any issues using the water. Like, my hair didn't curl up. And I have 4C hair, so my hair didn't curl up because the freeze is still on it. So once I do my edges, pull everything out. I can get a sleeker look now by pulling my edges out. So when I do the rapid strips on top, everything will look like more sharp and nice, as you can see. And I like to use a toothbrush on my edges because it's way easier. I use a toothbrush and I use a comb at the same time. And I am going to curl those long edges that I pulled out. I'm going to curl that with a flat iron to do like a cute little curl look. See how the bristles on the edge control brush are so hard? I need like a softer brush. Who else has trouble with their edges? Like, I hate doing baby hairs. Like, I absolutely hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. So that's good enough for me. Like, I'm not going to keep trying to do that. And so this is where I complete the whole mold. Now it's way easier because the edges are finally done. And also, too, remember, like, if it's kind of poofy, when you put the wrap-it or your scarf on there, it is going to hold everything in place. So, like, it's sleek, but it's not as flat as I want it to be. But it'll be flat because what I'm going to do is I'm not even going to finish my hair tonight. Y'all will see the next day. The next morning I'm going to have on my robe. But I was going to finish my hair because I was going to go out. But I was like, nah. So really like letting the mold sit, wrap it up, let it sit while you're actually doing the braid. Everything will be flat. Everything will be sleek. And, let it finish drying. Let it finish drying with the rapid strips on. So now I'm going to take my braiding hair, and there's two types of braiding hair you can do. You can use the Express pack of braiding hair, or you can do the Queen Bee. I like the Queen Bee the best, but I think this is like 54 inches, I think, of braiding hair. I don't really know. So basically what I'm doing right here is I'm just taking the braid hair with a rubber band, and I kind of take a little short piece out and I flip it over, and I just wrap that short piece around my actual real hair. And you want to make sure the rubber band is wrapped tightly around the first band, like the first wrap on your real hair. Because if it's not all the way like as close to your real hair as possible, it can slide off. So you want to make sure you're wrapping on top of the band that's already on your real hair, so it can be nice and secure. Because I don't use any pins at all. I didn't have to use any pins. So now what I'm doing, I'm just going to detangle the hair. This hair doesn't really tangle that bad. I just end up tangling it because I don't really know what I was doing. But yeah, so... And I just take the edge effect again, and I'm just I pulled out a little piece of hair, like not a lot as you can see, but I pulled that out. And what I'm going to do is just use the edge control to sleek it and wrap it around the actual band. So you're going to wrap this around the rubber band and the braid hair before you braid it to go ahead and secure it so it's nice and tight and it can't slide down. You want this to be nice and tight and as sleek as possible. And I'm just basically tightening everything to make sure it's super tight. I'm going to wrap it around all the way until the end and use your freeze spray too to make it as sleek as possible. And you'll be able to feel it when it's not sleek anymore, and just add some more edge control on it, or you can add any type of gel or anything, and then the freeze spray. And that just keeps it in place, and you can actually blow dry it as you're doing it, or you can just wait until the end when you're done wrapping it. And y'all, if you have edge control freeze spray, this look will cost you $5 because all you need to do is buy the braiding hair. I'm sure you already have a comb. I'm sure you already have edge control. I'm sure you already have freeze spray if you wear wigs. But if not, total $10. Total $10. But if you have everything else, I mean, literally $5. And so now I'm just blow drying it to just make sure it's nice and secured and in place. And now I'm gonna, just so y'all know, I brushed my teeth before I did this, and I got toothpaste on my robe. Don't judge me, like, this is the real me, boo. So it's gonna be toothpaste on my robe. I'm so sorry if that's disgusting to y'all, but I mean, that's just reality. And I thought I got it off, but you know, you have to wash it. Water just doesn't get it off. So now I'm just gonna detangle the ponytail again. I think that's what I'm doing. Yeah. So I'm sectioning off the braid hair into 3 sections, just like starting a normal regular three strand braid? What do you call it? I don't know. Regular braid. That's all we're doing. So I'm sectioning off, making sure that it's nice and detangled. And I also have edge control on my hands. So what this is doing is basically making my real hair and the braid hair mold together. And I'm also going to use freeze spray too to push up any little like flyaways or anything that's sticking out. All of that will be all of that will basically disappear. And so you can make sure that the braid doesn't fold. Try to braid it from the back first and then bring it to the front. Because if you try to bring the ponytail to the front before you finish braiding down, it'll make it crooked. And I'm doing this braid. I'm not doing this braid really tight because I'm going to pull it apart anyway, because I like my braids messy and thick, because my hair is so short that it's not going to look as sleek as I want it to. So I don't really want my braid to be that tight or that neat. I like messy looks. It works for me personally, but you can do your braid super tight if you want to. It's up to you. Just remember, while you're braiding it, try to freeze it, try to use edge control. It'll just keep everything into place. It'll make everything look nice and sleek and mold it together. And this braid turned out really, really good. And it's super, super long. This is like definitely past my butt. It's like right at my butt. So the reason why I'm pulling it like this is because I'm just pulling all the tangles out of it. And now it's going to get so long, I'm going to have to put it in my mouth because it kind of hurts to braid that long. You can't even reach it hardly. Make sure you're using edge control at the end of the braid too, because you don't want it to unwrap. So use edge control, use the freeze spray. You don't even have to put a knot on it if you don't want to, because it'll already be intact. And so yeah, that's the braid. And the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use the foam. Well, you'll see. I'm going to use the Nairobi foam. And it's just going to set everything together. Now I'm pulling everything apart. Well, I'm pulling everything apart before I set it. But this just makes it bigger. It makes everything look like it's an easy transition. You don't want like your ponytail to be the same size throughout the whole braid. Because I didn't use the feeding method at all, as you can see. So what I'm doing is I'm making everything like proportionate and a nice transition from size. And that's how you really just get the full braid. And I went ahead and wrapped another piece because it was kind of slipping. So I went ahead and just wrapped that around my braid just to make it more secure. But I'm using the Nairobi foam. And I'm going to take the blow dryer. I don't dip this hair. You don't want to dip it because it's not going to be as big and fluffy because it's already pre-stretched hair. So yeah, that's all I did. And I just want to say thank y'all so much for watching. But this look turned out great. Don't forget to subscribe, like, give me a thumbs up, share this with your friends. It's $5, like a whole $5 look. Super, super cute. And thank you guys so much for supporting me and watching my videos. And I will see y'all later. If y'all want more videos like this, just go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And I'll definitely try to do more looks. Like, I do my hair all the time. So, see you guys later.